Initiating login sequence. Welcome to Alyx's world.
Welcome to Alyx's world, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm your host, Alyx, just Alyx, and this is a double review. It's a review of Monday Night Raw, WWE Monday Night Raw. This is the 6th of January, officially the first Raw of 2020. Following that, we're going to do a big review for New Japan Pro Wrestling's Wrestle Kingdom 14. Day 1 and Day 2, the full review, the full results will be given following my Raw review. So if you are interested, please stay tuned. I would really appreciate you sticking around to check out both reviews. And if you like what I have to say,
can we just talk about the Texans-Bills game instead of Raw? Don't lie, you know you want to, Alyx.
You can follow Aaron Sherwood's lead here and donate at your leisure. That would really help expand the brand here. But what would also help, besides doing what he actually asked to do, which is talking about my Texans still staying in the playoffs, it would also help if you like the video, and of course, subscribe if you have not. Help your boy Alyx get to 30,000 subscribers. I'm inching closer and closer each and every single week, but let's make it official. While you're at it, if you really want to help expand my brand, you can do a couple of things. You can like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter at VX1 Alyx's World, and also give me a follow on Instagram. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, or Super Chat. Email me at just Alyx'sWorld@gmail.com. But most importantly, get yourself a t-shirt from Pro Wrestling Tees. We got all the new t-shirt designs made by Ashton from Twitwow, and of course J Knox, including the old school Deluxe Man logo. If you're still feeling nostalgic, that is all down below in the description box. Let me say what's up to the live chat. I always like saying hello to the people who are here. We got Mark McLovin. We got Adam Ritter. You got Joseph Winters. Of course, Aaron Sherwood, who donated. Justin Guyton? I hope I said your name right. That seems to be right. Billy Ray Allen. Jet the Hawk. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs. True Fighter 901. Jordan Williams. Sam 3. Firestar Hart. A favorite of mine. Someone who's been following me for a while, who's always supportive. I love all you, by the way. Just saying I have certain favorites. Elias Zemi is also a favorite because he's a moderator. Avenger Naruto? Avenger Naruto. I hope I said your name right, buddy. Number one. It's 2 number ones. That's why I said it twice. Malik Hills. Keen got next. Martin Braun. Charblaze 89. Let's see who else we got in here. Black Heart 19. Darnell 06. Manuel Maitre. Samuel Mantre. Close enough. Zachary Hain. I know I said your name completely wrong. King Switchblade, XL Bonella, and Knight Rider. Let's do one more. Bryce Blackwell. Okay. That's the early crowd right now. If I don't say your name, it's not because I hate you. I got a big broadcast to get to. Let's not waste any more time with it. You can donate at any point in time, but do know I am going to put those super chats on pause, and we'll turn them back on later in the middle of the broadcast. So if your super chats don't play, I want to keep things structured here. It's not because I hate you. It's because, once again, people have been complaining about super chats interrupting me. So we're going to try something a little bit different. We're going to structure the Super Chats. Then, as we get into the New Japan Pro Wrestling review, I'll let them be a little bit more free. But, let's get to this Raw review. Raw tonight was... It was Raw. Raw tonight was Raw. Interpret that however you want to. But it was Raw. It was really, really Raw. We open up the show with the returning WWE Champion, Brock Lesnar, who so far has had 100% attendance in the year 2020. I'm proud of you, Brock. I'm so proud of you. All these years, we've been giving you heat for not showing up when you're supposed to. Here you are, turning a corner with 100% in the year 2020. I'm proud of you, Brock. This segment pissed me off. Why did it piss me off? Let's talk about it. Here comes Paul Heyman, telling the world that nobody in the WWE is ready for Asuka. I mean, ready for Brock Lesnar. And so, he decides to break news. He decides to give us an update on what Brock Lesnar will be doing at the Royal Rumble here in Houston. At first, I got excited because he starts talking about, we got all these people who want to fight Brock Lesnar. So instead of fighting one person, you can all fight Brock Lesnar. And so I'm thinking, ooh, what does he mean by that? What does he mean by that? Is this going to be a gauntlet match? Because that would be really cool. Imagine Brock Lesnar fighting just, 5, 10 people? 10 people. One by one. One after another at Royal Rumble. If you want to shot at Brock Lesnar, come on down. That'd be pretty cool. That would be different. It'd be very interesting. Maybe we're going to have a Gold Rush tournament where some people fight certain talents, and then by the end of it, we have an opponent to fight Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble. Maybe we're going to do a fatal 4-way or a triple threat or a 6-pack challenge. So many possibilities we can do. None of them were chosen. The announcement is that Brock Lesnar is officially entering the Royal Rumble. Now, this would be great news. Great news, right? Brock Lesnar, huge star. One of the biggest stars in history when it comes to WWE. Adds a lot of star power to this year's Royal Rumble. And then they announced he's entering at number 1. Ooh, that's interesting. We're putting the pressure on the Beast. The Beast is entering at number 1. Can he last all the way? Interesting, right? Makes the Rumble a little bit more exciting. Here's the issue, though. It's just a tiny issue. It's a tiny bit of an issue. Come here, Ashley. Come closer. Come closer. Come on. He's the WWE Champion! What? I'm gonna have an aneurysm. What the hell are we doing? Why is the guy that the people are trying to face at WrestleMania in the Rumble? Brock Lesnar is currently holding the most prestigious championship in the business in WWE. This is the same belt that has been held. It has the blood, sweat, and tears of legends like Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, The Undertaker, Triple H, Shawn Michaels. Just to name a few. I could be here forever. All these big names. The John Cena's, the Edges, the Rey Mysterios. This is the same belt that is currently won, not being defended. Because some of you just went, oh cool, so it's the championship being defended in the Rumble? No, it's not. Because at first I was thinking that too. Oh, so we're defending the belt in the Rumble. Nope. No. He's just in the Rumble. Your WWE champion is in the Rumble. He took a spot away from the roster. And why? Why did we do this? Why did WWE feel the need to take the WWE champion and put him in the Rumble? A match that was made to determine who will fight the WWE champion? You tell me. Because I have no idea. Oh, they lack star power. Are we that bad at building stars? Has it gotten that bad? Is it so bad now? Is it so bad that we have to take the champions, the guys that are supposed to be the prizes for winning this thing, and putting the prizes in the Rumble so they can then win the prize to fight the prize? No one's thought this through. I guarantee you, the people who make this match have not thought this through. They don't think anything through. But it's gotten so bad now. The star power. The roster is so lacking of star power that the champion has to be in the Rumble to make people care. Here's an issue with that, you idiots. Now that Brock Lesnar is in the Rumble, I now have to consider him a possibility to win the Rumble. Why? Because he's motherfucking Brock Lesnar. What the hell is Brock Lesnar gonna get if he wins the Rumble? What, is he gonna fight himself? Is Brock Lesnar gonna clone himself and fight the Beast? Hey Brock, I'm the Beast. I'm the Beast! And the best in the world. Paul, say something stupid. Remember that, bro? For real though, like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Oh, you know what? Because I hear the people in the live chat right now. Oh, the Lex man. That's you. That's y'all right there. Not most of you. Some of you are smart. I love all of you. But there's at least about 5% in the live chat that are going, the Lex man. Well, who says he's gonna win the Rumble? Why would he be in the Rumble if there wasn't a possibility that he would win it? Why is he there? If you're putting Brock Lesnar in the Rumble, he's either going to win it or be the last one eliminated. There's a very small chance he'll be the first one eliminated. So, with that in mind, here's why I'm upset. Besides him stealing a spot in the Rumble, which is already stupid enough because he's WWE champion. Again, if he wasn't champ, this wouldn't be an issue. But he's your champ. But here's the bigger issue. Bigger issues. So he's either gonna win the Rumble, which means he gets to, knowing WWE, they'll let him choose his opponent. And if he chooses his opponent, it's gonna be Cain Velasquez. No. Absolutely not. Don't you dare do that match at WrestleMania. That is stupid. That is a dumb idea. That match will not get over as strongly as you think it will. Well, it's the match that Brock Lesnar has always wanted. First off, didn't he beat Cain Velasquez at Crown Jewel in like 2 minutes? Not gonna happen. So he's either gonna choose Cain Velasquez or he's gonna choose Tyson motherfucking Fury. Again, put the X up. Hashtag. But here's the other option that I don't like. He's either going to win the Rumble and choose his opponent, or he's going to be eliminated at the very last spot. Which could go to either Cain Velasquez or... Come on. It's 2020. It's about time I did this, right? It's going to Cain Velasquez or Mr. Count that fist, man! Yeah, man! Yes! Suffering! Succotash! Roman Reigns. I swear to God, man, I regret. There are days that I actually regret having a YouTube channel and still being a wrestling fan. This is one of those days. And let me tell you why. Because despite this being the dumbest, one of the dumbest, not the dumbest move that they could have done. We could have done worse. But one of the dumbest moves they could have done, there are people out there who would still defend this. I was on Twitter and I was reading people say some of the dumbest things to defend this. And look, I love you all. The people in the live chat, the people watching me right now, I appreciate you for making me a part of your day. Please know that. But if you think this way, if you think like any of these mentalities, we have an issue. Number one, well, there were always champions in the Rumble. Hulk Hogan was the champ. He was in the Rumble. Hulk Hogan was indeed the champ in 1990, and he won the Rumble when the Rumble wasn't meant to be the thing that gave you a title shot at WrestleMania. That was back then when the Rumble didn't really mean anything. It was just a Rumble. Me slobbering now. Dagnabbit. So, if you think that way, we have an issue. Number two, I got this a lot too. Oh, well, there aren't any stars right now. There aren't any stars. There aren't any people who believably can beat Brock Lesnar. I have one solution to that. Build one up. It's not hard to build up an opponent to fight Brock Lesnar. Oh, but he's gonna lose anyway. That's me slapping the mentality. Shut up. Stupid. You build someone up. It's not about him winning. It's about him becoming a main event player, looking strong against Brock Lesnar. Getting to the point where he almost beats Brock Lesnar. That's how you get him over. Seth Rollins in 2018. Remember the gauntlet match that made Seth Rollins a big star? Did he win that gauntlet match? No, he didn't. He had a major breakout performance in the match, and that's what got him over. It's not about winning that got people over sometimes. Yes, wins and losses matter. Sometimes you don't have to win a match to get over. You can lose a match and still look strong. Right? You can build someone up and have him fight Brock Lesnar, and you will still be good. It's about making new stars. It's about establishing new main event players. So when a Brock Lesnar leaves, we have someone who can take the mantle and run with it. And so we don't have to keep calling back Brock Lesnar when he's in his 50s. A la Undertaker. Love you, Taker, but for real. So I was very upset when I saw people defending this on Twitter. Oh, I love this idea. It adds star power to the match. If we're at the point where Brock Lesnar being in the goddamn Royal Rumble is a saving grace, it's what fans would call the right decision to make people care. If that's where we are, WWE might be in the worst shape it's ever been. I have never, ever seen this before in my life. I have never seen this before, ever. And I don't understand why anyone would be okay with this in any way. It is stupid. It is wrong. And for anyone to, you know what? There are going to be people in WWE who will defend this. And they'll say the exact same things. It has star power. We don't have anyone who could believably beat Brock. That mentality should piss you off. And when I say you, I mean the people working for WWE, the wrestlers, the people in the business, more than it should piss me off. That should really irritate you. That no one is making people care. That no one else is able to garner respect, is able to garner the kind of power, the kind of attraction that Brock does. Or is being pushed to do that. That should piss you off. And so people saying this was the greatest idea. No, this is literally the worst thing you could ever do. That if we're at this point that Brock Lesnar has to be in the Rumble for people to care, that's not good. I don't care what you guys say to spin it. It's not good. Let me turn on some super chats because I need some music to make me happy. I hope one of you donated $5 because I need to hear some Phil Collins right now. Give me some Phil Collins. So, say what you need to say. Feel how you want to feel. I hate it. I hated this announcement. I hated this segment. This segment epitomized every issue I've had with WWE for the longest time. I've had this issue with WWE for the longest time. You don't trust your roster. You don't trust the people you have now. And because of that, you have to rely on these part-timers to come and make these shows work. If you were going to bring in a part-timer, and I can't believe I'm getting ready to say this, if you had to bring in somebody for star power, we're here now, right? You might as well have brought back John Cena. I can't believe I just said that. But I would rather John Cena be in this Rumble match than the WWE champ. Or if you are so desperate to make Brock the champ, to make Brock an entrant into this Rumble, maybe you should give the belt to someone else. It's so damn stupid. Play a super chat.
If Brock's belt was on the line in the Rumble, I would be saying this is awesome. But since Brock's belt isn't on the line, I am like, what's the point?
I would be saying it's awesome too. Because I would love for the championship to be on the line.
WWE is full of favoritism.
I don't even know anymore, man. Call it favoritism, call it out of touch, wherever it is, it sucks. It's not good. And you shouldn't defend it. We got a couple more.
Or at least do Cena versus Brock for the title.
And see, maybe that's where we're at too. Maybe we're at that point where we have to do Cena versus Brock for the title. I don't know anymore. Because I really don't know. Maybe you guys have a better opinion about this. Let me know down below in the comment section. Because I'm done. I don't want to hear anything else about Brock Lesnar being in the Rumble. Because I really still want to go. And I'm hoping that things could actually end up turning out good. Like, if I think about it. Like, what's a good thing that we can get from Brock Lesnar in the Rumble? Let's be positive for a second. NXT stars confronting Brock Lesnar. Matt Riddle and Brock Lesnar. Keith Lee and Brock Lesnar. I don't know who else. Gargano and Brock Lesnar. Yeah, right. It's not a match. Sounds great on paper, but wow. When I think about it like happening in real life, Jesus Christ. Those kind of confrontations I could look forward to. But we all know that if anyone is going to eliminate Brock Lesnar, it's going to be either Cain Velasquez or Mr. Caught That Fist Man. Lord, have mercy. Mercy to us all. Let's move on from this. Give me your thoughts below. Go off in the chat, super chats, live chats, whatever it is. It's a live chat, I know. let's get to something I actually like. Let's get to Rey Mysterio cutting a promo backstage. Rey Mysterio. There is something about Rey this past year that's just, I don't know what it is. Rey Mysterio has been on fire ever since he came back to WWE. Everything he's done has been great. His matches, great. His promos, great. His feuds, awesome. His story, fantastic. Everything's been great. And so he's backstage cutting a promo in Spanish when an interviewer rolls up. He says his title match tonight means everything to him. And at this point in his career, he has days left, not years. He thanks his son and says, Andrade, cien almas, Andrade doesn't deserve to represent Latinos. And he's going to take the title back. We go on to Andrade, cien almas, taking on Rey Mysterio for the U.S. Championship. This match was freaking awesome. Like all their matches are. Freaking awesome. There hasn't been one bad match between Rey Mysterio and Andrade Cien Almas. We are finally doing a full-fledged feud between these two. And I can't wait to see where it goes. So the match, if you've seen any of their matches on SmackDown last year, or period, you should know these two have great chemistry. You should know this is going to be pure class, top quality, lucha libre action. If you're a fan of Lucha Underground or any other AAA Mexican lucha wrestling, you'll love this match. It was great. Love the Canadian Destroyers, or excuse me, Mexican Destroyers. It's different based off of what country you come from. The front flip pile drivers that they do in the match. Really awesome. Love Zelina Vega and her outfit. Zelina Vega, oh my goodness. Aleister Black, bruh. You lucky bastard. But those two were tearing it up. And I love that during the match, Zelina Vega took a bump. We see Rey Mysterio on the outside with Andrade. He goes to, I'm trying to remember where he was. All I know is Andrade's on the outside. Rey Mysterio goes for a dive. He misses Andrade, and he hits Zelina Vega. Just completely wipes her out. She's done. She's out. So that was nice to see. Oh my goodness. She took a bump. What? Rey Mysterio's all like, oh my God, no. I hit a woman by accident. Oh my God. He's taking it hard. But then Andrade shoves Rey Mysterio head first into the steel steps. He staggers, hits that hammerlock DDT, retains the championship, but then steals Rey Mysterio's mask. He just, rip! Your mask is mine, son. Picks up Zelina, goes backstage. They have an interview with, was it Charlie Caruso or that other blonde hair interviewer? I don't even remember. It was an interview. And during the interview, Andrade is talking in Spanish, and then he gets attacked by an unmasked Rey Mysterio. You don't see Rey's face. He just got his bald head, and you just see him come in and attack Andrade and beat the piss out of him. Aggressive Rey Mysterio is awesome. He's awesome Rey Mysterio. And he beat the piss out of Andrade and got his mask back. So this is leading to, I'm assuming, a mask versus championship match at either Rumble or WrestleMania. I don't think we're getting to WrestleMania. I think it's happening at Royal Rumble. If it is happening at Royal Rumble, let's go. Let's go. I'm ready for it. That would be an excellent match to have here in Houston that I can see live. But excellent stuff. Just like this next promo by Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens. Owens says they're allies of convenience. And they're going to give Rollins and AOP what they dish out. And Joe says he's got a pitch for them. A trios match. He has a third guy, don't worry. KO is curious, but Joe says, trust me, I got you. Throughout the night, people were speculating, ooh, is it a new call-up? It's a new year. Is it Keith Lee? Maybe it's Matt Riddle. Ooh, who is it? Who is it? Who's it gonna be? So there's legitimate excitement. Like, oh, who is it gonna be? You know better. But there was actual, honest to God, excitement for who the new guy was going to be. I thought it was Keith Lee, because it just makes sense. Like, big man, biggest man, my boy Keith Lee. Nah, I knew better. We go to commercial break, come back, we see Rollins and AOP backstage. Rollins calls himself the Monday Night Messiah. I don't know why that's so hard for me to say. Try that again. The Monday Night Messiah. That one was fake. I just tried to make up. He calls himself the Messiah of Monday Nights. Says that Owens and Joe don't stand a chance against the force of the Savior, Rollins and AOP. We'll see about that, Mr. Rollins. You're an awesome heel. You're really good. Maybe you should stay that way. We got a triple threat match for the tag team championship. Street Profits versus the OC versus the Viking Raiders. The match was fun for what it was, and the Viking Raiders retain. I think it's sad that this is our tag team division. It's just these three teams, maybe Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, but that's it. That's our tag team division. We just saw it right there on Raw. It's a major issue, I know. It's pretty bad. We go backstage again to Joe and Owens. Owens is like, for real, look, can you tell me who this guy is? Because I made a lot of enemies. I don't know what to do. I'm scared. Can I at least see him? And Joe's like, alright, come on, man. Let me help you out. They go to this room. It's dark. Opens the door. Owens is like, okay. Oh, they're in trouble. They in troubles. And Joe is like, you goddamn right they in troubles. You goddamn right. So now we're really excited. I'm like, okay, who the hell is it? Dag nabbit? We'll have to find out later. Becky Lynch is next. My girl Becky Lynch, the man. Becky Lynch comes out to a big pop. She says it's good to hear our voices because she's been walking around for months wondering what kind of a champion she is. She let the doubters get to her, and she forced the powers that be to give her a match against Asuka at the Royal Rumble. And see, this is when a promo truly shows the kind of talent you're dealing with. When it comes to Becky Lynch, I feel like this past year alone, she has surpassed just being a regular star on the roster. She has gone to that next echelon of being able to really make people care. And when I say that, the reason why I say that is that this promo alone proved it, because she's talking about Asuka. The fact that she can't beat Asuka. But when she does it, she mentions how the powers that be don't want her to fight Asuka because they don't think she can beat Asuka. Because everything that she has right now, she has a lot of things. She's a social media darling. She's being used on magazines. She's being used on red carpet. She's going to talk shows. She is literally the face of WWE now. And in doing so, by becoming the golden goose, the WWE is trying to protect their golden goose from looking weak. And Becky feels trapped. She feels she's become the one thing she hates, and she hasn't been able to live with that. Because now, for her to really be herself, she has to go fight Asuka. Because for her to be a champion, she has to beat everyone. And for the longest time, she can't beat Asuka. She is the one blemish on her record that she has yet to conquer. And until she beats Asuka, she cannot sleep. She cannot be a true champion. That is an awesome freaking promo. That is an awesome story to have. When you're able to make that kind of a story, be able to make people care to that degree, bro, like you're in a different atmosphere. And by the way, thank you, Paul Heyman, for mentioning that Asuka has had Becky's number for the longest time. This is a Paul Heyman I'm guaranteeing you this is a Paul Heyman move. So, Becky makes Asuka out to be the biggest monster, the biggest obstacle in her entire career. Gave her all this shine, right? So what does WWE decide to do? Here comes Asuka. Rambling, dancing, speaking Japanese, talking over her music. We don't know what the hell she's saying. Becky's just looking at her. Just looking at her. Looking at her. Asuka gets inside the ring. And Becky just knocks her out. And then walks away. What? So you do all this build up. You do this amazing job of setting Asuka up as the one thing Becky cannot conquer. And this same person gets inside the ring and she just knocks her out just like that. Who is writing these shows? Heyman. My boy Heyman. For real. I want to give you the benefit of the doubt. I really, really do. But there is going to get to a point where even I can't defend you no more. Like, you are in charge, man. You are in charge. And for you to be booking segments like this, I don't know. Let's play a super chat.
I guess Becky is now the One Punch Man.
I suppose, man. I suppose she is the One Punch whatever the hell, man, right now. That's just terrible. You get what I'm saying? Like, you do all of that build up. You make Asuka out to look like a beast, and she just comes out and gets knocked out by Becky Lynch. What? Anyways, we go on. We got Mojo Jojo. Sorry. Mojo Rawley. Backstage meeting Eric Rowan. Eric Rowan is carrying around the cage. The little what's inside the mystery box cage. Mojo's like, hey, can I take a peek? Can I take a peek? Come on, man, let me see. And Rowan, for the longest time, was all like, no! No, you can't look at it! All of a sudden, he's feeling generous. You know what? Yeah, you can take a peek. Go ahead. Go ahead. And Mojo's like, thank you. Looks, and then comes out with the fear of God in his soul. He goes, ah! Like he saw a ghost and just runs away. Interesting. So now we have a match between Eric Rowan and the Jobber. He destroys the Jobber. And then takes the Jobber and, you want to see what's in my cage? Takes the Jobber's face, shoves it in the cage, and his face comes out with blood on it. Okay. What the hell? And now he's walking away. I said in one of these videos in the past, was it my last Raw review? I think it was. I said that it would be really cool if it was something that subverted expectations. Right? And I remember mentioning, what if it was a severed head? I think someone heard me when I said that. It was one of those spur-of-the-moment thoughts, like maybe it's a severed head. I didn't think they would go that far, but now, I mean, what the hell else could it be? Like, it's blood coming out of the cage. So now I'm thinking it might be a severed head. That's what they're teasing, at least, which makes me think it's really not. I watch it be something stupid. But what if it's like the severed head of his wife? Would they go that far? Would WWE actually go that far to make the thing inside the cage a severed head of Eric Rowan's dead wife or something like that? I'm just saying. I don't know what the hell else it could be. I mean, what really could be inside the cage? You know? Let's play a super chat here. I'm curious. That's my question to you. What do you guys think is inside the cage? Someone just said the Raw script. Yeah, honestly, the Raw script would make me bleed out of every hole in my body. Every orifice in my soul. Maybe it is the Raw script. Or, better yet, it's the potential card for WrestleMania 36. That would make anybody sick. What do you guys think?
He saw the creative writing script.
Yeah, probably did. Maybe that's what damaged his soul. That poor jobber. That poor jobber. Speaking of jobbers, Akira Tozawa took on AJ Styles, who whipped his ass in seconds with the RKO. Oh, I'm sorry. The AJKO. No, that doesn't sound right. The AKO. No, the phenomenal KO. I like that one. It was an ace crusher. A really good ace crusher, by the way. It looked really nice. I thought it looked pretty cool. But apparently next week, AJ Styles will take on Randy Orton. Not at the Rumble. We're going to blow it off next week. Because, don't ask. Don't ask for real, because I don't know. What's next? Is next the Lana and Bobby Lashley segment? I said it right the first time. Before we get to this, people have been bombarding me with memes and gifs of this. There was a commotion inside the ring after AJ got out with security guards. And we're thinking it's a fan entering the ring, right? No. It wasn't a fan entering the ring. Who it was the preacher from last week during the ceremony, the wedding ceremony. The guy who played the preacher, he was coming into the ring to do the segment, and security thought he was a fan, and they attacked him. That is hilarious. That goes to show you what kind of a crappy storyline this is. I'm just saying. So, Lana and Bobby Lashley come out. The preacher is in the middle of the ring. And they're all like, we're going to finish our wedding. And they get married officially. They kiss. Lana shows off her ring, her rock. All the single ladies. Sorry. And then she's all like, I'm going to be happy. I don't need anybody. I got my man. And then Bobby Lashley's like, Rusev wasn't man enough to take care of Lana. Speaking of Rusev, he appears in the Titantron. And Rusev is at the beach. He is at the beach. Come here. No, come here.
That was the cheapest motherfucking green screen I've ever seen in my goddamn life. The fuck you think we are? You think we Stevie Wonder? Even Stevie Wonder could tell that he wasn't at the goddamn beach. Y'all must be smoking something. Y'all must be on some goddamn meth. I don't know if you're calling Walter White to come and make your meth, but y'all need to get off that shit. Ain't nobody gonna come up to me talking about some Kevin Dunn ass. That's so great, Benny. Shut your little ass up. Shut your little ass up. Stop being stupid. Go sit in the corner somewhere.
Sorry about that. So Rusev shows up with a green screen beach. I'm at the beach, guys. And he's talking about how next week he wants to fight Bobby Lashley in a match. And it's going to be the Bulgarian Brutes. And Lana's being annoying. You ruined my wedding. You ruined... What am I trying to speak Russian for? She's gone back to her American accent now. You ruined my wedding. She's being annoying, and Lashley says, "Shut up!" in his best Vince McMahon impression. Shut up! Told her to shut her mouth. Give her that. No, he didn't give her the backhand. It's not that kind of a marriage. But he told Rusev that he can definitely kick his ass next week. So next week is going to be Rusev versus Lashley. But we're not done yet. We got Liv Morgan backstage in all her blonde glory. Her girl next door blonde glory. And she tells the world, and oh my goodness, she tells the world that Rusev is going to need a partner. And this is word for word what she said. Word for word what she said. The opportunity to be in Rusev's corner, that is a moment she'd live for. Get it? Get it? That's a moment to live for. Get it? Get it? Ah, who talks like that? Who writes these goddamn stupid promos? Charlotte Flair's next. She's out fighting a jobber. Nope, it wasn't a jobber. It was Sarah Logan with blonde hair. Sarah Logan with blonde hair. Uh-oh. You know what's coming. You gotta do it with me. Come on, it's the first Raw 2020. Come on, you know what's coming. Sarah Logan got a dose of that blonde-haired, blue-eyed, apple pie, America. That America juice. That good old red, white, and blue juice. And got herself some blonde hair and got herself some TV time. She tore up Charlotte's robe. But you get what I'm saying. She tore up her garment. I'm telling y'all, you're going to be seeing a lot more blonde hair because these girls want TV time. I'm like, okay, you want me to get some TV time? Hey, you could tell Vince McMahon was walking backstage talking about, God damn it, who is that? And Kevin Nash, I think that's Sarah Hogan? No, Sarah Hogan? No, Sarah Logan? Oh, that's right. That's Sarah Logan. God damn it, she's sexy. We need to give her some TV time. You know, Sarah Logan's just like, all according to cake. Oh, goodness gracious. Before long, everyone's gonna be blonde. I will laugh if Nia Jax's hair comes back as a blonde hair. I'm telling you, if Nia Jax comes back with blonde hair, she's winning the championship. I'm telling you right now, everyone gonna be blonde. Everyone is gonna be blonde by the end of the year, unless you're Becky, who doesn't need to be blonde. Hell, Becky might just say, you know what, screw red hair. I want to be blonde now. Ain't nobody want to fight me right now. I need some competition. We got Drew McIntyre turning face. He's a baby face now, taking on No Way Jose. I don't know why. He's just a baby face now. He beats him real quickly, and then afterwards, he's all like, hey, 1, 2, 3. He does that, I was going to say Pele kick. A backflip kick, sure. Claymore kick. He does the running kick, but he does the whole 1. Was it 3, 2, 1? 3, 2, 1. Claymore kick. Boom. He gets the crowd to do it with them, and they do it. Like, it's a weird way to turn him babyface, but the crowd naturally gravitated to Drew McIntyre. You want to know why? Because he's an awesome fucking wrestler. So, if you're turning him face, okay. So after the match, he's all like, hey, I hit that with my microphone in my hand. And I'm like, yeah, brownie points. Congratulations. And then he gets in the microphone and says, I am in the Royal Rumble. I am entering the Royal Rumble. And I swear to God, this is what he said. This is what he said word for word. It doesn't matter who's in the Rumble. There's only 3, 2, 1. Word for word, that is what he said. There is only 3, 2. Vince, stop scripting these guys. Please. You saw how McIntyre naturally got over? Maybe you should stop scripting him, please. Just stop scripting McIntyre. Because him as a babyface, him as a face I like. I just don't like you over scripting him to the point where he doesn't sound human. I think that's stupid. Aleister Black beats Shelton Benjamin with a black mass. And I think he's also entering the Rumble. Cool with me. But afterwards, he gets attacked by Buddy Murphy. Out of nowhere. And he hits a Kamagoye! Sorry. A knee to the jaw. With his hair in the chair. Yes. A Kamagoye, a knee to the jaw with his head in a chair. It looked devastating. It hurt. It looked like it hurt. So now it's the main event. We got AOP and Seth motherfucking Rollins taking on Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, and the mystery partner. Who is this mystery partner gonna be? Is it Keith Lee? Is it Matt Riddle? Maybe it's John Cena. Maybe it's Goldberg. It's Rumble season. It's WrestleMania season. Is it someone new? Is it a returning superstar? Who is it? Well, Kama's the bitch is the biggest, bitch is the big fat bitch in the whole wide world. Sorry, wrong song. Well, it's the Big Show. Freaking Big Show comes back. Paul Wright, the Giant, Big Show came back. The Big Show. I even said on Twitter when I saw this, he's going to turn heel at the end of the match because he needs to make up for that full year he didn't come and wrestle because he had no chances to turn heel or face. So, he's going to do it here. He didn't. But I was just like, Big Show. Big Show. Freaking Big Show. They really have no intentions on making new stars. That was just solidified tonight. They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn about the roster anymore, man. These guys aren't interested in making new stars. They don't give a rat's ass. This is so bad. It's bad, guys. It's gotten to that point now where you can just tell. These guys are just here to get a paycheck. All these wrestlers are here to just get a paycheck because they realize nobody's getting over. No one's going to become a star in 2020 under WWE right now because guess what? As long as Vince McMahon is in charge, you will no longer be able to become bigger than the WWE or be bigger than what you are now. Because Vince doesn't want that to happen. Big Show gets in there. The match ends in DQ because, I don't know, Rollins and AOP start hitting Big Show with steel chairs and Big Show hits Rollins with the KO punch. And then next week we're going to have the same goddamn match, but it's going to be a fist fight. Huh? God help me. Jesus, at least last week you had lesbians. We didn't get lesbians tonight. Everything just pissed me off, and not everything about Raw was bad. Andrade and Ray was awesome, just like last week. Black and Murphy was awesome. But then you get to the rest of the show, and you're just like, oh my God. Jesus, can't y'all do anything right? But luckily, this wasn't the only show that happened this weekend. So have fun talking about Monday Night Raw in the live chat or in the comment section. Because now, I'm going to talk about a show that I actually enjoyed. Can we do that? Can we do that? So before I move on to New Japan Pro Wrestling, let me see what you guys are talking about in the live chat here. Let me turn back on Super Chats. Alright, Super Chats are back on. I like this comment. Twisted Tempo, welcome by the way, says, I low-key would have taken Cena over Big Show. Isn't it funny that when we actually low-key kind of want Cena, that's when he doesn't show up? He always shows up when we don't want him to show up. I wanted Cena versus Kurt Angle. Like, seriously, I'm not going to let this go. WrestleMania 35, we were all saying, we want Cena. The one time, Vince, that we're saying we want John Cena, yet don't give him to us. The times that we say we would have Cena, you don't want him. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Lord have mercy. What is this guy saying? Watch the final two in the Royal Rumble be Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. I will turn off the show. If I'm there live, I will get up and head out of the arena. Because I will not be a part of that. Because that is some BS. Some major BS. And we're not going to put up with that. You hear me? We ain't putting up with that. Lord have mercy. So that's my idea, my thoughts on Raws. I can't even speak English right now. What was I saying? Wake up, Alex. that was my thoughts on Raw. Give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts on Raw down below in the comments. Or the comment. You know what I was trying to say. See, now I'm flabbergasted. This Raw just knocks me out of my loop. Some good wrestling, but unfortunately, too much stupid corporate decision making, just making everything bad. In one night, in one segment, they killed my excitement for Royal Rumble. In one segment, they killed my excitement for the Royal Rumble. In one segment. In one segment, they just killed the excitement altogether. Wow. Incredible how that happens. I don't know how you're able to do that, but they did it.
I don't talk about NJPW because it is hard for me to say the Japanese names.
Relatable. Very relatable. But you got me. Someone who's most likely going to botch names, but at least you can get some reference off of it.
Raw was a mixed bag as usual. There was some good but some bad as well.
And that is Raw for you. Alright, let's get to some good things now. Enough for the negativity. Let's talk about some New Japan Pro Wrestling. This weekend was the 2-night event of Wrestle Kingdom 14. This is New Japan's WrestleMania. And usually, these shows knock it out of the park and set the year off with a high standard. These shows are notorious for setting the bar for the rest of the year. When it comes to the 2-night event, I think it's smart. I think it allows breathing room for matches to feel more special, to, get more time. And it also gives fans who are watching a lot more of an easier way of digesting the show, because the other option was watching a 7-hour show from start to finish. Here you get 2 pretty strong 4-hour shows. And if I was to choose between either having the 1-night event go 7 hours or the 2-night event, which each one going 4 hours, I prefer the 2-night event personally, but I think the 1-night event felt more like a special kind of show. It felt more big time. It felt more Super Bowl-ish. That was the downside to doing 2 shows. Because now you have to fill up both shows with the right kind of matches. Because now one match or one show might have too many weak matches than the other show. And that's what we got when it came to Wrestle Kingdom 14. I felt like the second night was overall better. Like, it felt like more of a fuller show with better matches. But night 1 had 2 of the best matches all weekend. Night 1 had, to me, 2 classics that I will happily talk about. And I don't think there were any classics in night 2. No, that's a lie. The main event was a classic in night 2. So, night 1 had more classics than night 2. But night 2 felt like a better show. That's just my opinion of the matter. We're going to break down all the matches. We're going to discuss the best parts of both shows the entire weekend. And then you give me your thoughts down below. Your thoughts down below on what you felt about Wrestle Kingdom. Starting off with night 1. So, apparently, New Japan has signed a deal with Stardom Stardom is an all-female Japanese wrestling promotion, Joshi Wrestling. That's the same place Io Shirai and Kairi Sane, or Kairi Hojo, came from. So the place that helped give birth, that gave rise to two of the best Japanese wrestlers in the world today, Kairi Sane and Io Shirai, has signed with New Japan Pro Wrestling. And news has come out that Stardom wants their girls back. They want Kairi Sane and they want Io Shirai back in their company. Now that they're joining forces with New Japan Pro Wrestling, they want them back. And they are willing to pay them a lot more than what they're getting paid in WWE right now. And Kairi Sane is making 6 digits. I don't know what Io is making right now. I don't think she's making 6 digits yet. She should be. I thought NXT talent were getting paid more since they moved to USA. I don't know if that's true. They should be. But let's just say it is true. Stardom is willing to pay them more to wrestle a lighter schedule with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Ooh. Oh, man. So that's going to be huge. I hope the relationship works out. I hope this relationship grows into something big. And we get legit female Joshi wrestling on New Japan Pro Wrestling. Now, they had a dark match at Wrestle Kingdom. I think it was on night 1. It didn't air on the show. Neither night. It didn't air. But apparently the match was received very well. So going forward, we could be seeing Stardom matches happening more on New Japan Pro Wrestling shows. Let's see what happens. All right. So on both nights, getting into night 1, day 1, Jushin Thunder Liger had a series of retirement matches. In these matches, we had some old rivals that he made a history off of fighting back in his heyday. They were involved. And a couple of newer generational talent. All of these guys were handpicked by Jushin Thunder Liger. They were handpicked by Liger to be in his match. And
WrestleMania should definitely become a 2-night event like Wrestle Kingdom. 8 hours is way too long for a wrestling show.
the thing is with that, I don't trust WWE to book a 2-night event properly. One of the shows is going to suffer. It's going to suffer, just like it happened with New Japan Pro Wrestling. And I feel, or fear, with WWE, if they did a 2-night event, one of those days would be really, really bad, while the other would be really, really good. That's just how I feel about it. So, I would like to see it happen, though. I agree. But getting back to this, let's see what happens when it comes to Stardom. Now, Jushin Thunder Liger chose he chose what he wanted his 2 retirement matches to be. He chose everyone in these matches. Most of them, I have no idea who they are. And I'm just going to give you, I'm not going to break the matches down. We're not going to give it any rating, because these are not what these matches are. These matches were not designed to be seen as competitive matches. These are matches for Jushin Thunder Liger. These are matches he wanted. Are they matches that I think he deserved to end his career on? Personally, if I had it my way, it would be Rey Mysterio versus Jushin Thunder Liger in his final match. That can't happen. Unfortunately, we know that can't happen because Rey's in WWE. Although, if I was WWE, I would let him go to New Japan. Come on. This is a legend retiring. This is a Hall of Famer who's never wrestled in WWE, technically, although he wrestled in NXT. But this is a Hall of Famer. This is a Hall of Famer. He deserved to go out the best possible way. I would have chose Rey Mysterio. But since he can't have Rey Mysterio, he at least deserves to choose his opponents and who he wants to fight. And in both matches, respect where respect is due, night 1 and night 2, Jushin Thunder Liger put over his opponent or opponents. He lost. He lost in his final 2 matches. He didn't want to win. He wanted to put over his opponents. He wanted to go out the old school way. Old school wrestling always has the people who are leaving put over the guys who are still there. He is old school minded to the very end. And as someone who has known about Jushin Thunder Liger since he was a kid, this to me, I won't say it was the end of an era, but this was like watching the last remnants of my childhood, of a wrestling fan's childhood, leave. I've only got a few more left, y'all. I've only got a few more left. I'm getting kind of scared. Once Chris Jericho retires, I think that might be it. I think Chris Jericho is the last. Rey Mysterio, Chris Jericho. I saw that comment. Rey Mysterio, Chris Jericho. Taker, Jesus Christ, he needs to retire. Triple H is retired. Michaels is retired. Yeah, Rey Mysterio, Chris Jericho. Once those 2 go, that's it. Everybody from that point forward is going to be new. The last remnants of my childhood. They're going away, y'all. But it was sweet to see Jushin Thunder Liger put over talent in his last 2 matches. And out of respect, I'm not going to grade this. This is not something you grade. You don't grade matches like this. You appreciate them for what they are. Tributes. They are tributes to a legend. So, thank you, Jushin Thunder Liger. I did see the retirement ceremony at New Day's Bash. Perfect. I like the bell salutes. Everyone completely quiet. And them honoring him as a legend, because he is. So, hashtag thank you, Jushin Liger. Or hashtag thank you, Liger. Alright. Next match. Suzuki Gun versus Los Ingobernables de Japón. Minoru Suzuki, Zack Sabre Jr., Taichi, and El Desperado took on Sanada, Evo, Shingo, Takagi, and Bushi. The match was decent. These opening tag matches in New Japan are always very blah. They're just there. They don't really do anything except warm the crowd up. This was no different, so nothing else to really say about it. Suzuki Gun won. Done. Next up, there's another tag match. This one was a little bit better. I like this a lot better than the first one, actually. I like this so much more better. We got Chaos taking on the Bullet Club. From Chaos, we got Hiroki Goto, Tomohiro Ishii, Toru Yano, My Boy, and Yoshihashi taking on Bad Luck Fale, Chase Owens, Yujiro Takahashi. Is it Takahashi? Yeah, Yujiro Takahashi with the bunny, the Bullet Club bunny. Woo! You heard me. Anyways, and KENTA. My boy, KENTA. And Chaos won. Again, it was better than the last one, but not really much to talk about. That is a lie, actually. I gotta talk about this. There was a part in the match where Tomohiro was in the ring. I think he was the first one in, actually. This is the beginning of the match. He was like, I want to go first. Turns around and finds out that Bad Luck Fale was the guy he was fighting. He was like, oh my god! Ah! He did that whole little, ah! Like little girl scream, ah! And he started running away. Awesome. I love Toru Yano. And then there was a spot in the match where Tomohiro Ishii, my boy, deadlifts Bad Luck Fale into the air and hits a stalling brain buster on Bad Luck Fale's big ass. Now, Bad Luck Fale is like, what, 380? 6'8"? He's tall and he big. He ain't small. He's the kind of guy WWE would beg to have. And Tomohiro Ishii picked his ass up and did a stalling brain buster with him. Beautiful. But Team Chaos won. It was a better match than the first tag match, but still one of those opening tag matches that don't really do much for me, especially. Now, this next tag match was good. We had Juice Robinson, CJ Parker, but Juice Robinson, and his boy, David Finlay, the winners of the Super Tag Team Cup. They took on the Gorillas of Destiny, Tama Tonga, and the former Camacho. But yeah, they had a good match. Here's the thing. I know that a lot of the investment for this match came from that Super Tag Team Cup tournament that I didn't watch. I understand the story of Juice Robinson and David Finlay, their best friends, who came up together in the dojo. David Finlay has always had his back, so there's a story behind their friendship, their camaraderie. I wasn't there to experience it, so to me, this match was just good. To others, it was an amazing match because they got to see their story. And if I was to have seen their story, I would be saying, it's an amazing match. But it was just a good match to me. It was good. It was a nice moment. GOD, Gorillas of Destiny, put them over like hotcakes. Great. Nothing else to really say about it. So congratulations to the new IWGP Tag Team Champs, Juice Robinson and David Finlay. Moving on to the Texas Death Match for the IWGP US Heavyweight Championship. Now, in my description box, I have IWGP Heavyweight Championship Texas for some reason. I'm going to have to change that after the broadcast. But Lance Archer is your US champ, taking on Jon Moxley. I didn't do it right. Let me do my best Justin Roberts impression. It is Lance Archer taking on Jon Moxley. Close enough. This was a good match. This was nowhere near the violent match that Moxley and Omega had that pissed a lot of people off. Shut up. Y'all some pussies. You're not pussies. I love you. But y'all some girls. Y'all thought that match was violent. This is the kind of safe, very respectful, violent match that would make those same guys who hated Omega and Moxley feel good. It was a good Texas death match with no explosions. It wasn't Mick Foley versus Terry Funk. It wasn't Mick Foley versus Vader. It was a simple WWE Extreme Rules hardcore match that they called a Texas death match. The only thing that was not what you call PG was the ending where Jon Moxley hit his Death Rider, I was going to say Dirty Deeds, but Death Rider through one of the Japanese tables, and in doing so, he ended up cutting open, was it his arm? He cut open Lance Archer somewhere because he was just profusely bleeding out of his arm. And the way you win this match is by last man standing rules, stay out for a 10 count. Lance Archer could not answer a 10 count, and Jon Moxley wins the U.S. Championship. So Jon Moxley is your U.S. champ again. When I saw this, my immediate reaction was, okay, so he's dropping the belt to Juice Robinson tomorrow, right? Right? We'll talk about that in a second. But this was a good match. Okay, here's where it gets good. So, we now get to the main events of night one. The first of three main events is the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. We got Will Ospreay, a man that people call the Wrestler of the Year for 2019, taking on the returning Hiromu Takahashi. Now, Hiromu Takahashi has been out for over a year and a half. In 2018, he took an extremely horrific neck breaker from Dragon Lee. It should have ended his career. It just put him out for a year and a half. But he has been gone for a while. He made his return tonight. Well, he has actually been back for a while now, since December. But he made his return inside the ring tonight to take on Will Ospreay. When I tell you This is one of the best Wrestle Kingdom matches I've ever seen. I am not exaggerating. These two beat the piss out of each other. The way they were hitting each other, you would think they actually hated each other. They beat the piss. There were some spots in this match where I'm going, dude, didn't you just come back from getting from a neck injury? There were some spots that Takahashi let it on his neck, and I'm like, dude, you just came back from a neck injury. What are you doing? There's a move that Ospreay has called the Hidden Blade, where he takes his elbow and hits you as hard as he can upside the back of your head. It was a move that injured Kota Ibushi in 2019. I am not exaggerating. It injured Kota Ibushi last year. It is a very dangerous move. And he hit that thing cold hard on Takahashi. There was also a spot in the match where, how do I describe this? The best part of the match to me. Takahashi's on the outside, right? Is it called the Sasuke special? I call it the Spaceman Dive, but it's the same move. Sasuke special, whatever. Ospreay goes for the Sasuke special. It's a cartwheel backflip to the outside, right? Okay, so does the move. Goes to the outside. Takahashi moves out of the way. Will Ospreay lands. Takahashi then goes for a German suplex. Will Ospreay lands from the German suplex. Runs back up the ramp. Comes running back forward. Takahashi catches Will Ospreay and hurls him in the ring with a belly-to-belly suplex. Will Ospreay rolls through the belly-to-belly into the ring, gets on his feet like a freaking cat, and then rolls to the ropes, comes back with the Sasuke special once again, and hits Takahashi. And all that was done in 5 seconds. Land, German, land, run, catch, throw him inside the ring, land, come back outside, hit Takahashi. In a span of 5 seconds, that was done. It was freaking amazing. It was phenomenal. Ospreay is a godsend. He is a godsend. The only blemish on this match was a moment in the match where Ospreay tries to go for a missile drop kick and completely misses. And I mean completely misses Takahashi. But Takahashi sold it like he got hit. Ugh. And those stand out too because everything else looked so crisp and so good. That is the only thing that was an issue with this match. That to me was the equivalent of Eddie Guerrero messing up the Sunset Flip Powerbomb against his match against Rey Mysterio. The ladder match with Rey Mysterio at SummerSlam 2005. That match could have been a classic. But that one botch was so bad, it just knocked it off. It was a massive botch. This botch wasn't that bad. Like, if you blinked, it wouldn't have been a big deal. But if you're, like, intently watching it, you will notice that he just completely missed his head. But Takahashi ends up hitting Ospreay with a new finisher, dropping him on his neck, and he beats him. He beats Ospreay to become your new IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champ. Classic. On any other night, on any pay-per-view, on any of the other Wrestle Kingdoms that I've seen the last 2 years at least, this would have been match of the night. This would have been match of the weekend. On any other show, this would have stolen the show. And I'm here to tell you, it is not the match of the weekend. It did not steal the show. And there is a better match than this match. Despite it being one of the best matches in Wrestle Kingdom history, there's one more match that blows it out of the water. By miles. Unfortunately, it's not the next match. The next match is the IWGP Intercontinental Championship match. The first out of 2 matches to determine, the first out of 3 matches to determine the IWGP Double Dash Champion. A double champion. We had 2 matches that will lead into a big match in night 2, where we crown the first ever IWGP World Heavyweight and Intercontinental Champion. A dual champion. The first match out of those matches is Jay White versus Tetsuya Naito. Now, Jay White went into this match as the IC champ. Came out a loser because Tetsuya Naito beats him to win the championship. I'm not going to talk too much about this match. It was good, but it was easily the weakest of the 3 matches. Ooh, was it ever the weakest? I don't know. Here's my issue. I feel like Naito was hurt. He wasn't wrestling the pace he usually wrestles because he's working with bad knees. He's hurt. You can tell he's hurt. The little bandages you see on his knees, those aren't gimmicks. He's actually working hurt. He's working hurt with bad knees. And so he has to now slow down his style to compensate for that. Now, to be fair, like, if this was a WWE match, it would have been a great match. If this is the kind of match we would get in a main event of a pay-per-view at WWE, it would have been great. It would be a really good WWE match. Because it is a really good WWE match. Old school psychology and everything. The issue is, I don't watch New Japan for a WWE match. I watch New Japan Pro Wrestling for a New Japan Pro Wrestling match. For a Japanese strong style match. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I need. But Naito ends up getting the IC title back, and he goes on to the final match in night 2. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we get to the main event of night 1. The winner of the G1 Climax in 2019, Kota Ibushi, is taking on Kazuchika Okada, the current world champion, IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. Easily, in my opinion, the champion of the decade. 50% of the decade, he was the champ. He held that world title for 50% of the 2010s. If Okada is not in your top 50 greatest of all time, what are you doing? I'm just saying. And he's not getting slower. He's getting better. He gets better every year. Okada gets better every year. And this is an example of that. So, right off the bat, this is easily the match of the weekend. Out of both nights, this is the match of the weekend. I gotta talk about Kota Ibushi, though. Because I'm gonna go into a little bit of a rant. And when I say rant, I'm not gonna tear apart the show. As I said before, both shows were good to great. I have an issue with this match, and I'll tell you why. But first, we gotta talk about Kota Ibushi. When I look at Kota Ibushi, I see everything this company needs to grow, to expand to a larger audience. I see that in Kota Ibushi. I also see it in Okada, but I see it a lot in Kota Ibushi. I have friends who are into this thing called K-pop, Korean pop music. And I see all these guys with the same kind of hair that Kota Ibushi has, with the young look and that superstar boy band complexion. That's what Kota Ibushi has. But on top of that, he's chiseled, he's ripped, he's charismatic, very likable, very, very relatable. I look at Kota Ibushi and go, that is what I would call a true babyface, a true central figure, a true central babyface. So when this guy starts wrestling Okada, the first 20 minutes go by real fast. This is a long match. This goes 40 minutes. You don't feel it. You don't feel the 40 minutes at all. I swear to God. Because what I'm about to talk about happened 20 minutes later into the match. So they're fighting. They're beating the hell out of each other. They're doing the stiff shots. There was a point in the match where Okada runs into Ibushi, does a running shoulder tackle, and Ibushi just pops up like it's nothing. That was really cool. But there's a point in the match where Okada hits a draping DDT on the outside to Kota, and he's reeling. Like, he's out like a light. And so Okada's getting cocky. He's like, yeah, I'm going to just go strolling. I might have to stand up for this. I'm going to go ahead and stand up for this one. Let me go ahead and stand up real quick, because y'all need to see this. So, Okada, y'all see me? He hits the Draper DDT, right? And so he's strolling. He's strolling like this, right? He's strolling. He's cocky as hell. So he picks up Ibushi. And then he hits Ibushi with this stiff-ass forearm shot, right? He hits him. Boom. And Kota, he does a little shake, right? You can't see me. He does a little shake like this. And then he gets this zombie-possessed, demon-possessed glare. Like it's emotionless glare. He does a little shake like that after he got hit. And so Okada hits him again, right? And now he's annoyed. Ibushi no-sells it, and now he just rolls his eyes like, oh my god. This bitch. You know, like, okay. And so he hits him again, doesn't even move. And so he hits him with a shotgun drop kick. He hits Ibushi with a shotgun drop kick. Ibushi rolls backwards, comes back up, and is like, seriously? And then Okada hits him again, and now Ibushi, I swear to God, now Ibushi has his hand on his hips like this. Now he's just like, you done? Are you done? Like, for real, he's like, you done? And so, this is where it gets awesome. Kota Ibushi's like, okay, well, first off, palm strikes him. and then Okada's just like, what? Did you just bitch slap me? And then Kota's like, yeah, you know what? While we're at it, BAM! He just cold cocks him. I swear to God, guys. If there was ever a time for me to be live reacting to something, this is something I wish I was live reacting to. When Kota Ibushi hit Okada with that 1-2 punch, the initial 1-2 punch, and it was straight cold cock, bam, he knocked the shit out of Okada. Just bam, bam. I was dying laughing. I was rolling on the floor, and the crowd was booing him. They were booing him. The referee was just like, yo, Kota, Kota, stop. He was trying to pull him off of Okada. And Kota Ibushi was just like, what? Like, I ain't doing nothing. And Okada's in the ground in the corner, right? So Okada's in the ground in the corner. And referee's trying to pull Kota off of him. And Ibushi's like, what? I ain't doing nothing. While he's kicking. He is kicking Okada. Bam, bam. He is kicking Okada. I ain't doing nothing. What? It is awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we call murder mode. There is a flip in Kota Ibushi's mindset. When he's had enough of your shit and he's tired of wrestling, he goes into what we call murder mode. And he just goes on this rampage and kills people. Not like really, but figuratively. It's like his Hulk up. Those of you who are fans of Hulk Hogan, when Hulk Hogan goes, brother, and then he leg drops you, Kota Ibushi becomes a zombie. He becomes a possessed demon. And he just has enough of your shit and just starts punching you. And Okada's entire time is just covering up in the corner like, stop, like a little girl, stop. And she's like, get your ass up. Cover up. It was amazing. It was the greatest thing I have ever seen when it comes to New Japan. I loved it. Oh, I loved it so much. I love Murder Mode Kota Ibushi. My goodness. So, as the match is going on and Okada starts making a comeback, now it starts getting really scary. It gets real scary. Because Okada starts dropping... So, okay, let me talk about this moment first. There was a spot in the match where Kota Ibushi tried to go for that backflip Pele kick, right? But he doesn't do a full rotation. I think Okada was supposed to catch him and hit his tombstone, but Okada forgot. And Kota Ibushi ends up landing right on his goddamn head. He literally goes for a Pele kick, doesn't do the full rotation, and just falls down on top of his head. And almost breaks his neck. Probably did break his neck. But he's made of freaking titanium, so he's good. Or he's Wolverine and can heal himself. I don't know. He's a machine. But there was also this spot where Okada did a tombstone on the ring apron, which should have killed him. And it looked dangerous. And there were a lot of spots where Okada was doing German suplex on Ibushi's neck, freaking drop kicks to his neck. It was nasty. It gets uncomfortable with the spots that he takes. But let me tell y'all something. That murder mode, man, it is magical. If you know what I'm talking about, put it down below in the comments. Like, it is some of the greatest things you will ever see on a New Japan show. I fucking loved it. I loved it. It was amazing. So, here's the part where I start ranting. Here's my issue with this match. The match ends with Okada hitting his Rainmaker. 3-4 times? The first 2 times he hits Ibushi with it, Ibushi kicks out. And I'm thinking, oh crap, he kicked out. Well, then he hit him with it 2 more times, and then he pins him. He beat Ibushi. Okada defeats Kota Ibushi. And I was upset. I was pissed at that. Now, ultimately, the story called for Okada to take on Naito. Because for years, that's the guy who stopped Naito from reaching his dream, from being the center of attention at Wrestle Kingdom. He's always wanted to avenge that loss. Years ago, his moment. He wanted to have his new Wrestle Kingdom moment. So, story-wise, the best person for Naito to fight was Okada. I get that. But here's my motherfucking issue. This was supposed to be Kota's night. It was supposed to be Kota's night. Because initially, there wasn't this Double Dash Championship thing. This was last minute. This came, just a month or something ago? This was not supposed to be a Double Dash tournament. This was supposed to be Kota Ibushi versus Okada. And if it was Kota Ibushi versus Okada, this would have been Ibushi's moment. But like a lot of times with New Japan Pro Wrestling, and they're notorious for this, this is an issue that they have, they never strike while the iron is hot. They never do it. They always put the belt on people when it's too late. Kenny Omega was the hottest thing in wrestling from 2016 to 2017. He didn't get the belt until 2018. Naito should have gotten the belt in 2018 when he was the hottest thing in wrestling, or one of the hottest things in New Japan at least. 2017, 2018 was the hottest period for Naito. He cooled off like a mofo. 2018 to 2019, he cooled off big time until this tournament came up where he could actually avenge his story. But before then, he cooled off. He wasn't as popular as he used to be. He got his moment 2 years too late. And here in 2020, Kota Ibushi is easily the best thing you have right now. Easily. He should have beat Okada. Now, I get why you didn't do it. I understand. Because it's Naito's night. It's Naito's weekend. But I'm thinking long term, like, y'all could have at least let him hold or touch the championship. I would have loved to have seen Kota Ibushi versus Naito. But again, the story called for him to fight Okada. I get it. But as a fan of Kota Ibushi, and as someone who is a casual viewer of New Japan Pro Wrestling, when I look at Kota Ibushi and you see his performance in this match, and you undoubtedly come to the conclusion that this was the match of the weekend, I feel this man should be your world champion. And I don't feel any differently or feel bad by saying he should have won and you missed the boat. Which is New Japan Pro Wrestling. New Japan Pro Wrestling missed the boat. You missed the boat. But it is what it is. It's not worth losing your mind over, quite frankly. It's just, I was not happy. I was not happy at all that my boy Kota Ibushi lost here. And usually what happens when this is what's going to happen. He'll get the belt later on this year. Probably, I would dare say he gets the belt in Dominion. Because he's probably going to win that tournament coming up very soon where he gets another title shot. The Japan Cup. What is that called? Help me out. He'll win the Japan Cup and get another title shot in Dominion. And that's when he'll win the belt from Naito. If he's still healthy enough. He'll probably be against KENTA. We'll talk about that in a second. But that, it is what it is. So that was night one. Again, night one I felt had two of the best matches of the entire weekend. But night two was the better show. By far the better show. So let's get right into it. Night two opens up with retirement match number 2 of Jushin Thunder Liger. We talked about that already. But the next match after that was the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles. We got Bullet Club's El Phantasmo and Taiji Ishimori taking on Roppongi 3K. This was a great tag match. First off, El Phantasmo, first time seeing him, I fucking love him. He's great. And him and Ishimori make an excellent tag team. These guys were awesome. And I usually see a fan in my live chat who goes by Phantasmo or El Phantasmo. I'm like, where'd you get that from? And I see him and I go, I love your name. I fucking love this guy. He's great. Roppongi 3K looked good too. Overall, great match. Lots of high flying, crazy, innovative spots. Very fun. Very fun tag match. So much better than the tag matches we had in the first night. Love this match. I also loved the RPW British Heavyweight Championship between Zack Sabre Jr. and Sanada. This was an amazing technical wrestling, I won't say masterpiece, they've been better, but it was a great technical wrestling match. These two, oh, they're so good. These are two main eventers in my eyes. These guys should be in the main event, wrestling for the world title, not circle jerking and curtain jerking in the opening of the show. Just saying. Yeah, amazing match. Lots of counters, lots of cool, innovative submissions that you've never seen before, as you would imagine. These guys are thoroughbreds, and hopefully they do get a main event push one day. Amazing match. Zack Sabre Jr. wins. Nothing else to really say about it. And then we got the IWGP United States Championship match between Jon Moxley and Juice Robinson. So like I said, I thought Moxley was dropping the belt. He didn't. He didn't drop the belt. He didn't drop the motherfucking belt. He kept the belt. Moxley kept the belt. Which means he's going to come back. And man, after the match, so the match itself was great, but after the match, Minoru Suzuki comes out and confronts Jon Moxley, and they fight, and I lose my mind. Minoru Suzuki versus Jon Moxley. Give it to me. I want it. I can't wait for that. That should be a Texas Death Match too. That would be an excellent Texas Death Match. The Never Openweight Championship. KENTA. Hideo Itami. KENTA, the champ, taking on Hiroki Goto. Great match. I've never really been a fan of Hiroki Goto. Hiroki Goto doesn't do much for me. But every once in a while, he'll have a good match or a great match with someone. This was a great match. KENTA pulled a great match out of him. Because KENTA beat the piss out of him and made him have a good match. So, KENTA loses the belt. He loses the belt to Hiroki Goto, which means he's moving up to the main event scene. Good. KENTA, Kota, Okada, Hiroshi. That's Jay White, Naito. That is a very strong main event scene. I want more of that. Speaking of Jay White, the IWGP double title runner-up #1 contendership match. That's a mouthful. But essentially, the losers of the title matches from night 1 had a 1-on-1 match. And the winner gets a #1 contendership shot at the champion in the future. Kota Ibushi had another moment where he went into killer mode. Now, I liked his rampage with Okada more than his rampage with Jay White. But anytime he goes to the killer mode, I just love it. It's easily the best thing in New Japan right now. I love it. Here's the issue, too. Ibushi lost this match. Jay White cheated. He had help from his boy on the outside. They cheated. They pulled out all the stops. They robbed Kota Ibushi of this match. Jay White won, and he has the #1 contendership title match against Naito at whatever pay-per-view is coming next. This did not make me happy. I don't like that Kota Ibushi is literally having the performance of his life, and we are not capitalizing on it. Guys, Kota Ibushi is 37. I need to repeat this. Kota Ibushi is 37. He ain't got that much time left. Okay? They've had plenty of chances to make this guy a main event player. He's 37 now. How long are we going to wait to make him a world champ? That's a legit question. How long are we going to wait? We're waiting too long, man. Amazing match, by the way. It was a much better match than Naito versus Jay White, but still, it's one of those things where you go, damn, man, like, what does Kota have to do? Didn't he sign a contract with y'all? Last I checked, he signed the contract. So what are we waiting for? I get it. Like, in the last few years, you didn't want to push him because he wasn't under contract. He's under contract now. What are you waiting for? Push him. Hiroshi Tanahashi versus the Painmaker, Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho, Y2J. This match was good. When you realize who's in the ring. Hiroshi Tanahashi is 40. Hold on for a minute, y'all. Let me see something real quick. How old is Hiroshi Tanahashi? Okay. How old is Hiroshi Tanahashi? 43 years old. That's what I thought. So he's 43, which means Tanahashi's body is like broke down. It's pretty beat up. And Chris Jericho is 49. He's about to be 50. These are men past their primes, and they were able to have a really good match. Like it's not gonna be as good as it could have been if they were in their primes. For sure, they could have had a classic in their primes. But where they are right now, they had a really good match. And to my surprise, Chris Jericho won. Moxley and Jericho, AEW guys, got victories in New Japan Pro Wrestling's Wrestle Kingdom over some of their best talent. Jericho beat Tanahashi. I don't want to speculate. Actually, I do want to speculate. But something tells me that there's something building between New Japan and AEW. Something's getting ready to build. Let me tell you why. New Japan lost their TV deal with Access TV. They lost their TV deal because Impact Wrestling wanted them to, have a partnership, and New Japan said no. And so Access TV said, okay, sorry, you lose your TV deal. So now New Japan Pro Wrestling doesn't have a TV deal in the US. You know who does? AEW. Imagine this. AEW versus New Japan Pro Wrestling, a war, right? Stay with me. Suzuki versus Moxley. Toru Yano versus Orange Cassidy. Chris Jericho versus Hiroshi Tanahashi for the AEW Championship. Kota Ibushi versus Kenny Omega. Gorillas of Destiny versus the Lucha Bros. You feeling that? You feeling that? Okay. You feel that, right? Right. Now watch this. Ready for this? Watch this one. Kazuchika Okada. Oh. Kazuchika Okada versus Cody Rhodes. Woo! Ooh! Those matches. Like, oh, imagine if we did that. Yeah, I'd pay $50 for that. I'll pay some major bucks for that one. They need to make that happen. I need to go ahead and make that happen, coach. Make that one happen, coach. So, yeah, that would have been freaking amazing. If they can make that happen, that'd be freaking awesome, man. Woo! Okay. Now, main event time. We got Double Dash Championship. IWGP World Heavyweight Champ Kazuchika Okada versus IWGP IC Champ Tetsuya Naito. This match is a prime example of a crowd taking a match to a whole different level. In all honesty, on paper, this was just a fantastic match for sure, but it would have just gotten an A for me. It would have just gotten a straight, strong A. Not an A+, just an A. What took this match to the A+ level, what helped me give this match an A+, was the crowd. This crowd was not having it. They said, we want Tetsuya Naito to have his moment. Fuck Okada. They turned on Okada and got behind Tetsuya Naito. It was amazing. They pulled a Rock versus Hogan. Rock versus Hogan from WrestleMania 18 is notorious for his audience, where the audience turned on The Rock and got behind Hogan. They did that to this match. They turned on Okada and got behind Tetsuya Naito, and it was fabulous. It was awesome. The crowd made this match a classic. And if you've seen their match at Wrestle Kingdom in 2018, was that Wrestle Kingdom 12? Wrestle Kingdom 12. Then you know these two can have amazing matches. And they did tonight. They had a fabulous match. The story was there. The story was fresh. It was ripe. Can Naito finally conquer his demons? Can he finally achieve his goal? Can he finally reach the apex and beat Okada? The best moment in this match was when Naito went for the Stardust Splash, the Phoenix Splash that he always misses and always fails to hit. He never hits it. It's like the Harlem Hangover, Booker T's Harlem Hangover. He hit it. He finally hit the goddamn move on Okada, and he only got a 2 count. And the crowd lost their shit. Man, this was an awesome match. It was great for the crowd participation alone. Now, eventually, Naito gets hit with the Rainmaker hard. And just like Ibushi, he kicks out. People don't just kick out of the Rainmaker, y'all. Ibushi and Naito did it. That's huge. But Naito got hit with 3 more Rainmakers and ends up hitting 2 Destinos to pin Okada. 1, 2, 3. And finally become the World Heavyweight Champion. He is now a double champion. He is now both the IC and the World Heavyweight Champ. And it's well deserved. It is well deserved. Well deserved. Oh, by the way, Stardust Splash is called Stardust Press. I apologize for that. Stardust Press. I appreciate that. But he got it. He got it. He got his moment. Finally. Naito finally got his moment that he should have got 2 years ago, but he finally got it. The crowd loved it. Got on the microphone, got his speech, got a chance to celebrate for only 5 seconds until KENTA hits the ring and attacks him. Kenta attacks Tetsuya Naito, lays him out with the GTS, and sits over him Shibata style with the championships on his shoulder. So we're instantly moving on to Naito versus Kenta. And I'm predicting right now, Kenta beats Naito for the dual championships. He beats him for those titles. Kenta's gonna beat Naito for those titles because Naito needs a break. You already know Naito's hurt, right? They gave him the moment so he can go take a break because he needs the break. So Kenta will be taking his spot. I don't think Jay White's gonna do it. I think Kenta's gonna do it. And I think Kota will beat Kenta for those titles. Can't wait, man. I can't wait. This is gonna be crazy. But regardless, I'm giving the main event of night 2 a classic rating, A+, because of the story of Naito going all the way back to before he became the heel. He was the classic thoroughbred babyface guy doing everything right and getting taken off the main event spot due to a fan vote, which turned him heel. Became a member of Los Ingobernables de Japón, and becoming the most despicable person in the world, hating, disrespecting the IC title, he became a babyface. Ironic. Very ironic. And I love it. And that man finally got his moment. He finally got his moment tonight. And I'm happy for him. It was short-lived because Kenta whipped that ass, but that's great. It's a classic. And overall, this was a great weekend. It was a great weekend for wrestling, a great weekend for New Japan. I'm giving it a B+. I didn't think it was as good as other Wrestle Kingdoms. I feel like this is actually one of the weakest ones, the weaker ones that I've seen. But still a great weekend. Very great. And you should definitely go out of your way to check out Ibushi versus Okada, Ospreay versus Takahashi, and then the main event on night 2. Watch those 3 matches. You will not regret it. And that is my review. That is my review of New Japan Pro Wrestling. And so now we're going to turn on Super Chats. And then I'm going to hand it to you to give me your thoughts on this wild weekend of wrestling. I am thoroughly pleased with what we got.
What's crazy is Ospreay hurt his heel on that spot.
He did. I didn't know that. Was it after he landed the first time or when he hit the move the second time? Probably the second time, right? I think it was the second time. It would have made a lot of sense. But man, it's just crazy for me.
Would you really want to see Ibushi win the belt just to lose it to Naito the next night? But I do agree that he should have beaten Jay White though.
Like, for me, you can say that he was going to lose the belt anyways. He should have gotten his moment. He'll get his moment. I know he'll get his moment, but it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel right to see him lose to Okada. It didn't. And even now, knowing the story where it went, it didn't feel right. I don't think it feels right. And apparently, yeah, Ospreay is hurt. He did get hurt, actually. Wow. But, now it's time for Kenta to take the belts off of our boy Naito and get that mega heat for Kota to win the belts. Man, I want to see Murder Mode Kota take on Kenta. I want Murder Mode Kota. I love Murder She Wrote. Murder Mode Kota. I love him. So, I don't know if Ospreay's going to be having any 50 matches of the years candidates this year, Robert Kent, but who knows? He might surprise us. But that's gonna be it. Give me your thoughts about Wrestle Kingdom, about Raw. Thank you so much. How many people? I got 300 people. I got 300 people watching me right now. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for tuning into my Raw review to New Japan. Down below in the comments, I have one question for you. Well, two. One pertaining to Raw, one pertaining to New Japan Pro Wrestling. The one pertaining to Raw, how do you feel about Brock Lesnar entering the Rumble? Do you like it, or do you think it's stupid? Tell me what you think down below. And question number two, what was your match of the weekend for New Japan? What was the best match for you? So those are the two questions. If you answer those two questions, I'll show you some love in the comment section. But to everyone watching me who stuck through, what was it, almost 2 hours and a half of content, thank you. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys have a great week. And I will see you Wednesday for AEW and NXT. I'll see you Friday for SmackDown, and maybe this weekend for Impact Wrestling. I'll let you know, but we got a lot to come. Again, like the video, subscribe, buy the t-shirt, donate. Everything is down below in the description box, and I'll catch you guys next time. This is Alyx, just Alyx, signing off. See you later. Peace.